to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
This is Umar for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm joined by the fighting pride of China, Big Bang, Zhilei Zhang. The last time, of course, I saw you was in Saudi Arabia. So I want to start there. I know you're fighting Joe Joyce April 15th, but I want to start with the Hrgovic fight. Many people in the boxing world believed it was a robbery. How long did it take for Zhilei to get over that fight?
首先呢，上次见你是沙特阿拉伯上次那个比赛，很多人都认为你赢了，但是你的这个走出这场比赛的阴影，花了多久？
从比赛完之后，然后下了拳台，这场比赛就已经过去了。对我来讲就已经过去了，然后休息几天就开始备战下一场，就恢复到训练了。
Well, it took me a few seconds to recover and move on. Because once I stepped out of the ring, that was all history. I took a few days off, went right back to the gym.
I'm sure he has watched it back. He firmly believes he won that fight against Hrgovic.
肯定看了回放了哈，后来
Yeah.
是觉得肯定是赢了吗
Yeah. 下来之后看到我又重新看了几遍回放，然后我感觉我赢的绝对没有问题啊。所以说也感谢拳迷，感谢业内人士。对我的认可，然后我知道大家都在为我鸣不平，但是感谢大家，那个已经过去了。
Yeah, I watched it a couple times, and I feel like absolutely I won that fight. But I would like to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to my followers, fans, and boxing people who believe that I won. It's history now. I'm moving forward, and there's a big fight coming up.
Well, yes, everything happens for a reason in life, and actually he's got a massive opportunity off the back of that fight with Hrgovic. His stock and profile went up, even though he got the loss on paper. He fights for the WBO interim title in a massive fight in London on April 15th against Joe Joyce. So, does he believe it's fate, even though he didn't get the result on paper on the night, that he's still got a massive opportunity ahead of him?
有一种塞翁失马的感觉吗？焉知非福啊！你这是输了上一场比赛之后，反而赢得了这么好的一个机会，你觉得是运气吗？还是觉得人生就会是这样？
我感觉人生好像就是这样，因为从你比赛中，你拳迷大家看到你的实力在哪呢，然后大家就会对你一种认可，而不是比赛中怎么样。所以说，其实我感觉每天我努力的去训练，就是为了在比赛场上有一个好的表现，让拳迷看到。真正的拳击重量级拳击，也不枉他们花钱来观看来看比赛啊！不管是到现场看也好，不管是在电视上看也好，让他们花钱花的物有所值。
I feel like this is what life is about. Sometimes you don't know if you're winning or losing. Life comes around. Look where I am right now. I have a big fight coming up. So I feel like this is what I do. I want to motivate people. And to keep grinding every day, to keep pushing your limit. And, boxing fans especially, they spend a lot of money following boxing right now. Nowadays, you have to spend a lot of money in order to keep up with what's happening today. So I would like to train hard, use my own way to say appreciate you guys for your support.
Does he believe this is a tougher fight than the Filip Hrgovic fight? And if so, why?
你觉得这场比赛比 Hrgovic 更难吗？为什么？
因为乔伊斯被称为非常有韧性，下巴非常硬，然后耐力也非常好，然后所以说可能会对我造成很大的伤害，但是我也非常有信心来打好这场比赛。
I feel like Joe Joyce is being called Juggernaut for a reason. He has very good stamina, has an iron chin, and a lot of people believe that he could hurt me. So that's why I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what happens.
Well, yes, it's the Juggernaut v the Big Bang, so we are expecting a very exciting fight. He said that, people believe Joe can hurt him. I'm sure he believes he has the power and the tools to hurt Joe. But, Joe has got a granite chin. he's taken a lot of shots, but we haven't really seen Joe Joyce hurt yet. Can he be the first man to really hurt Joyce?
刚才你说了，很多人认为乔伊斯会伤害你，但是很多人认为你也会伤害乔伊斯。反观乔伊斯以前的比赛呢，他的拳手他的下巴非常硬啊。你觉得你会是第一个测试他下巴的人吗？
在他以往的比赛中，然后我也看到他以往的比赛中，然后他所有的对手没有一个人能重创他的下巴，因为他的对手所有的对手都在就是心里害怕他，然后所以说对他有一种就是害怕的之心，然后所以说他没有办法去重创他，然后所以说我这一次我也要考验一下他是他的下巴硬还是我的拳头硬。
When you look at Joe Joyce's previous opponents, I think they went in the ring a little scared, and that's why it's probably why they didn't land big shots, solid shots on Joe. So let's give it a test and see which one is harder, his chin or my fist.
From what you've seen of Joe Joyce, has he been impressed? Because I asked this, I think he was watching the fight with Michael Wallish and Joe Joyce, that clip that was going around of Zhilei, and he was like, "What is this?" He wasn't very impressed. So, what does he think of Joe's career so far?
你以前看了他跟乔伊斯的比赛哈，像乔伊斯你还发了一条视频，一边摸着脑袋一边说这是啥，这是啥。你觉得他的职业生涯到目前为止，你觉得他是一个什么样的拳手？
从以往的比赛来看，我感觉他应该是训练也很刻苦，然后也想有梦想啊，训练刻苦，然后有韧劲儿啊，所以说我感觉他还是一个不错的人，也是里约奥运会的亚军啊，所以说也有一定的实力。
I feel like based on what I saw with his previous fights, he's definitely a durable guy, and I think he trains hard. He has dreams he want to pursue. He's a good guy, and he's a silver medalist as well for a reason. So I respect him.
Okay, well, we look forward to a great fight live on BT Sport, April 15th in London. Just another topic I want to touch upon. Obviously, Joshua has had his fight recently announced with Franklin. There was talks of potentially Zhang landing that fight with Joshua. Eddie Hearn had discussed that. So I just want to sort of get an insight into how deep talks went, if there were any talks with Joshua's team.
约书亚马上4月1号要打比赛了，赫恩也说过，约书亚跟你可能有希望，但是呢，你们之间的对话，你跟赫恩之间的对话，到底进行到一个什么层面？为什么后来没有打了？
和赫格维奇打完之后，然后我们和赫恩也在讨论下一步的计划，然后下一期的合同，然后到最后，就不知道什么原因就没有谈成，然后当时他们也不能保证我和约书亚的比赛啊，然后所以说正好这边乔伊斯和我们有这个意向，然后我们就先和乔伊斯这边达成协议。
My team had exchanges with Matchroom and very positive conversations, but at the end of the day, they could not guarantee me and Joshua. At the same time, the Joe Joyce thing surfaced, so I couldn't wait. I had to get on it.
Okay. And obviously we know he's been co-promoted by Matchroom for his last few fights. What's the situation now? Obviously this was on a Frank Warren bill, so has his deal run out with Matchroom? If you can make a comment on that.
能不能评价一下你和 Matchroom 的合同呢？因为近几场合同都是 Matchroom 在推广你哈，现在呢又跑到这个 Queensbury，那么你跟 Matchroom 的合同现在是什么状况呢？
我和 Matchroom 的合同已经到期了，和赫格维奇打完之后就已经到期了，因为我们总共就签了4场比赛，然后4场比赛，然后中间本来说5月份和赫格维奇打的时候，赫格维奇退赛了，然后和亚历山大打了那一场比赛算是一个过渡一下，然后那场比赛就不算在合同里面，然后到赫格维奇8月份到和赫格维奇打的时候，打完之后我们的4场比赛就已经结束了。
We had a multi-fight agreement, and Hrgovic, I believe, is the last fight. And if you can recall, Hrgovic pulled out a fight because family issue, and I had a replacement, Scott Alexander, here in Las Vegas. So we are moving forward, and right now, this is where we're at right now.
I'm sure on April 15th, if he beats Joe Joyce and becomes WBO mandatory, there'll be offers coming in from promoters across the world, left, right, and centre.
如果说你4月15号把乔伊斯干下去了，那这给你的发合同啊、发邀约的人肯定是不少了，肯定就。
应该是这样的，应该是这样。但是现在我和沃伦我们有合同在身，所以说，我在等我把我的所有的合同履行完之后，然后再考虑下一个合同。
Yeah, that should be the case, but as of right now, I'm focused on this fight, and we'll see what happens when the time comes.
Again, should he win on April 15th, a world title shot beckons. What would it mean for him to be the first Chinese heavyweight to fight for a world heavyweight title?
如果说你赢了，你直接有这个挑战的资格。对于你来说，成为中国第一位获得世界职业拳王重量级挑战者资格的，有什么重要的意义呢？
So， 因为大家都知道，中国的重量级以前从来没有过的，然后现在由我来，一直打到现在。如果说拿到第一条中国人的重量级世界冠军的话，对中国的职业拳击，对中国的拳击人都是一个非常非常大的一个，对拳击的历史是一个突破，对拳击人会振奋中国拳击人的一种信心，会更加促进中国的职业拳击发展。
I'm writing history here, and by becoming the first mandatory challenger, I believe it's gonna definitely promote the sport of boxing in China, and people are gonna pay attention to the sport. But for business people, for boxing business people in China, it's a great motivation because everybody's looking at me right now.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. Just on a side note, away from this, I've heard about his fascination with shooting guns. Tell us about that.
听说你喜欢打枪哈，说一说你打枪的经历。
打枪就是业余爱好，然后有时候礼拜天或者去靶场去打手枪啊，然后去打飞碟啊，然后感觉就是做一点自己喜欢的事情，然后对整个身心啊都非常起到一种放松的作用嘛。
It's a habit I picked up from here in the U.S. You know, I don't train on Sundays, and every Sunday, not every Sunday, but sometimes I go to the range and shoot some pistols, and then I like clay shooting, and the clay pigeons. I think mixing up between work and habit, it's a wonderful thing that sort of balance my life.
I'm sure he's looking to land some bullets on Joe Joyce.
你把这个子弹打到乔伊斯身上吗？
会的，因为乔伊斯称为坦克，然后我呢又称为大爆炸。我大爆炸用什么？当然我肯定就是个炸弹，对吧？很大的炸弹，然后争取把这个坦克看看能不能给它炸翻。
Yeah, we're talking about military terms here. So he's the juggernaut. That's the tank, right? This is an armor piercing right here, big bang. Let's see if my bullet punch right through that.
I guess one criticism that Joe Joyce gets publicly is that he's slow. You know, he's got a lot of power. He's relentless, great stamina, as Zhilei's talked about. But he gets called Slow Joe. Does he believe that could be a factor in the fight for him to win this?
乔伊斯有很多优点哈，但是他一直以来被人诟病的一个缺点呢，就是他的速度非常慢。你觉得你会利用好这一个缺点吗？
应该会吧，然后所以说在重量级里面没有说哪个优点缺点呢，然后我感觉重量级有时候你看他慢悠悠的一拳，然后抡过来打中你之后，你也会这场比赛也可能会发生逆转，所以说我还是现在就是把自己做好啊，然后不管他慢也好，他快也好，不管他怎么样也好，然后我现在只把我自己做到更加完美。
In heavyweight division, when you talk about strength or weakness, it's a hard conversation because you can see this guy walking towards you and throwing his punch from miles away, but when that lands, you're gonna feel it. So right now, I'm not overthinking about Joe Joyce's weakness. I'm just thinking about me. I want to be me. I want to do my best.
Well, listen, I appreciate his time here in Las Vegas. We look forward to a fight week when it comes around April 15th in London. Can we just get a final message, perhaps in English, to Joe Joyce?
最后能不能用英语给乔伊斯说一句话呢
？I think you made a mistake trusting me.
I think you made a mistake.
I think we got that, made a mistake.
Okay. 我的拳头就是一个穿甲弹，要打爆坦克。
You see that big fist right there? It's what's going to break the juggernaut.
Wow. On that note, thank you very much for your time in Las Vegas, and we'll see you in London. Okay, thank you.
April 15, the world will see Chinese power.
We look forward to it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Umar.
I'm going to share something with you that might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something. Completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.